Hello again and welcome back to another one. And today we have a couple of topics to cover, from one that shows Joe Budden getting roasted by rappers and fans over the fact that he just earned his first certification in music. And there's more to this that many have missed on the web, although to be fair, he has earned every bit of the roasting he's receiving for doing a lot of talking about artists in the music industry, and we'll expand on this in a bit. Today we also have more on the quote battle between MGK and Eminem from 2018, and thanks to MGK's recent appearance on the $1 Million Worth of Game podcast, we gotta find out some interesting things about what MGK thinks about what went down in 2018, and spoiler alert, the man who Eminem referred to as a white toothpick seemingly believes that Eminem choked during the battle, and boy, the reactions so far have been quite hilarious, and we'll get to more on this in a moment. And today we have more from WWE legend John Cena, who's also a rapper, and he revealed his top athletes / rappers, and also his top GOAT rappers of all time, and we'll expand on this later. And today we have more from Method Man, who recently made a crazy revelation when he was asked about his thoughts on AI in music, and we'll get to this in a bit. And before we get started, a new perspective just dropped from the viral footage of Game slipping up during a wedding. Check it out.
Whoa! Whoa!
And apparently, back in May, a user on Twitter predicted this. Game the type that will pass out in the middle of a wedding to get some attention, and they came to collect after the recent video went viral. I ain't never lied, laughing my bum off. And not gonna lie, we've been seeing Game do some dastardly things for attention in recent years. And moving on to the main topics today, we'll be starting off with Joe Budden, who dropped his debut album in 2003. And based on all that tough talk on his podcast, many younger hip-hop fans were traumatized when they found out about this clip of Joe Budden receiving his first ever certification in the United States for his quote smash hit Pump It Up.
Oh my God, look at me, oh my God. Thank you. My shit. All right. Leave this here.
And we got City Girls rapper Young Miami laughing at Joe Budden on social media in reaction to this video that sparked reactions like loudly crying emojis. Dude had to drop one album, 200 mixtapes, be on 10 seasons of a reality show, turned into a media person, start his own talk show just so his biggest song can go gold. I'm weak. It only took just over 20 years for Joe Budden to earn his first certification in the US, and although he's just receiving the plaque, it was actually certified gold last year, so just over 20 years. And boy, they've been going in on Joe Budden, not this song taking over 20 years to go gold, lol. And he has the audacity to sit down on that dusty couch and critique actual successful artists. Please. You'd think Joe Budden will stick to subjective talking points when he's talking about music, but more often than not, he's out here talking about rappers falling off numbers-wise, which will always be hilarious for those who know better. As remember, this dude was signed to Def Jam. He wasn't some independent scruff who never had a major backing, and they kept going. And this man has the nerve to criticize the careers of artists, laughing my bum off. And this went viral. You're telling me that dude's biggest song from 50 years ago, that is the highlight of his career, didn't even sell 500,000 this whole time? Suffice to say, Joe Budden's hardcore fans are all bark, no bite. They don't even listen to his music, but they will stay up all night arguing on social media about how he's a top 5 all-time rapper. And this is news to many hip-hop fans. If someone asked me before this revelation, I would have thought it was multi-platinum. And this provided some perspective for some hip-hop fans. He built his empire almost entirely off hating. I can respect that, and you wouldn't believe some of the excuses we are seeing for Joe Budden right now. They didn't have Spotify Spotify back then, everyone was downloading free music on iMesh and Kazaa. Mind you, in 2003, rappers were out here selling 250,000 to 1 million first week. What has Spotify got to do with anything, as this is Joe Budden's first certification ever, be it single or album. And mind you, the Eminem Show from 2002 is a top 10 most streamed hip-hop album today. Perhaps his music just aged worse than milk. And moving on, we got to hear from Method Man about his thoughts on AI, where he made a big reveal that shows the transition from physical media and digital downloads to music streaming has been quite rough for rappers like him. Check out a snippet from Hot 97.
Music is always going to trump any kind of ills that go on in the world or in the present world today, but it also speaks to current events, which also makes it just as relevant in everyone's lives as eating.
With AI, they have the ability to take your whole aura, demeanor, voice,
yes.
and reproduce that for the masses.
I'm still trying to figure out AI, but I have seen some things that have made me raise an eyebrow. The Drake diss with the Tupac and Snoop, the fake Kendrick, it's a lot to it. I mean, I think it goes way deeper than that, especially when it comes to IPs for artists that came from my era. Right. Because honestly, I've never gotten a streaming check for any of my music. Really? I've never gotten a streaming check for any of my music. I'm still trying to figure it all out because there may be someone who can make a perfect mix of the two, where I'm not saying to accept it, but at least make art out of it. And that's what I'm always for, the creative part, the art of it.
And the fact that he said he never saw a check from streaming sparked reactions like, bro's in a 360 deal. It certainly got something to do with his deal, seeing as many rappers today are surviving off streaming alone. And a user added, this is why he don't push his music or Redman. Y'all have to read the room. He never is fully aboard any tours for real. The reason why he was in a depressive state before. Do you all not listen to interviews for understanding? This is not new. He's been said these things. And moving on, we got to hear from athlete and rapper John Cena, who recently appeared on Club Shay Shay, and he revealed his GOAT rappers. Check out a snippet.
So when it comes to so you're an athlete, you're a rapper. Give me your top 3 athlete rappers. You get Shaq, Deion Sanders, Roy Jones Jr., Dame Lillard, Master P, Kobe. You only get 3.
Master P, Kobe, and Shaq.
Okay.
Yeah. Shaq's got skills, man. I did carpool karaoke with him.
Oh, yeah.
He can flow. He can still flow.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
He's good.
Yeah, he got a good head.
So he's got a doctorate. He's smart.
So give me your Mount Rushmore, your favorite, your greatest, who you think the greatest 4 rappers are in the history.
So for me, Jay-Z, Eminem, Nas, and Rakim.
Wow.
And man, Rakim's voice, and I I'm everyone has their bias, and I know that list is obviously going to incite riots. We all have our bias, we all have our favorites. That's what makes music special.
Yes.
That's what makes creativity special. I was brought up in like the East Coast boom bap. I love wordplay, I love poetry. That's what I based my character on, so I think all that's super clever.
Yeah.
And that's my list.
And perhaps the most hilarious Eminem slander I've seen when it comes to discussions like this, as a user thought to themselves and agreed to type this out in response to the video. Mount Rushmore is for founders. How is Eminem up there when in actuality none of the rappers on John Cena's list were founders in rap/hip-hop? None of them, as there's no DJ Kool Herc, Africa Bambaataa, and other OG pioneers on that list. And the fact that Eminem was singled out sparked some interesting questions. Some users didn't hold back. So you hate white people. None of them were founders of rap, yet your only problem was the white guy. Second, no one uses Mount Rushmore in that sense. They use it as their goats. One day people are gonna have to be honest about the issues they have with Eminem. This was clearly a triggered response upon seeing his name on that list. Logic was certainly thrown out the window for this one. And moving on, we got MGK out here spewing nonsense when it comes to his battle with Eminem. Check out a snippet from $1 Million Worth of Game.
So this shit got a lot different, you know. Yeah. For us, it was just a sport. Oh, okay, you think you could jump ahead? It was like a basketball thing. How do you take it? Is it like, oh, he dissed me? All right, come on, watch this. Or you take it like, I can't believe this guy. Or
no, we laugh at it, and then we get on the court and I dunk on them, you know, poster their ass.
Yeah.
Did you ever hear somebody come at you and you be like, oh, that hot?
It was kind of nice.
It was kind of hot.
I mean, you ain't gotta say no name.
I mean,
I just want to know how you felt when a rapper come at you. Is it like, okay, no, I'm going to the studio tonight. Is the on like, or you know, a lot of rappers take shit in different ways.
I mean, you can even see it with Rap Devil. I did that the same night. Those 3 discs came out on me, same night. I did my shit. I don't gotta wait.
That's how we was. The faster, the better.
To me, if you wait, that's choking.
Yeah, it makes you look a little.
Yeah, so like with it's look, I'm MVP on my court, so I play the game when it's time to play. But sometimes, if I got to punch down and I'm like, cool, we just laugh that off. But like with it's.
Thank you, Stanley.
And by this logic, since he's yet to respond to Killshot, then he's just flat out admitted that his rap career died that day. And think about it, the overwhelming majority will tell you Kendrick beat Drake, but it took nearly 3 weeks for Kendrick to respond to push-ups. Suffice to say, responding with garbage doesn't transform the garbage because it arrived early. It is still garbage. And users have been going off on social media with the same question. Why didn't he quickly respond to Killshot then? Thinking emoji. And the answer is he had nothing. He ran out of fuel. That's why. And some added, give him his flowers.
Hi. Okay.
He did what he did, and the diss was decent. Did he win the battle? No, but at least he got on the mic. You don't get participation trophies in hip-hop. It is what it is. And some are asking some questions based on speculations that have lingered for years. Is that why there was a Rap Devil demo 6 months prior? Dude is just lying. And you don't have to be a body language expert to know that MGK was trembling in that snippet. Laughing emoji, the stuttering at the end. Laughing emojis. Boy knows I'm gonna see this. And more on this note, still nervous. Can't even answer the question without shaking. Perhaps he should have taken some more time to plan his funeral. At least that way, after he got bodied, he'd know that at least he did his best. But he was too excited that he got mentioned by his idol, and he blew it. And now we are stuck with an MGK who believes Young Thug is the GOAT. But over to you guys, share your thoughts below. Thanks for watching, and see you on the next one.